Jesus.
Take a seat, my friend.
Are we rocking?
We're rocking.
Where am I supposed to be looking into the camera or look? It doesn't matter where I look. Yeah, just fire, man. We'll go for it. Basically, the Dirt Fund is a place where people can together collectively help privateer racers through small donations, through winning raffle prizes, through brands, inputting and helping us, where we can gather up £1,000 cash, which we figured was a meaningful amount of money. Privateer can really do something with £1,000 cash. They can pay for flights, they can book accommodation, they might need help with a new frame set, parts, coaching sessions. They can really do something with it makes a difference to somebody's life, £1,000 cash. So Dirt Fund is just a place to collect that cash, and then we can hand it out to a privateer.
How are you picking the people, and how do you know for sure that they're worth kind of sponsoring or funding?
How are we picking the people, and how do we know that they're worth funding? So to start with, they have to be from the UK or Ireland. That's just because where we're from, we're only learning, we're starting out small, so that's number one. Number two, they have to be racing in EWS or World Cup downhill. Why EWS? Why World Cup downhill? It's the type of riding that we do. We love watching it, and yeah, that's what we're passionate about, so that's what we went with.
And would there be an age stipulate? Is there a minimum age?
There isn't a minimum age defined by us. So if they're qualified to race in those two series, whether it's juniors or just a normal series, then we're fine to sponsor it without a doubt. Yeah.
You're going to be devil's advocate now. What if you just sponsor someone and they just went down the pub and just blew the money?
So we'd be disappointed for sure, but there's nothing we can do about that.
Yeah.
And I guess, if they fancied that they needed a blowout and they need to spend it on alcohol, well, I guess they wouldn't have spent their own money, so they'd still have that for entering races and for, so we're not saying to people, you have to do this, whatever. We're going, you applied, you meet these criteria, and here's the cash. We're not saying here's the cash and we need you to do this, or you have to do this, or we want anything back from it. We're just trying to help.
I suppose
riders.
You pick them based on when someone applies. I take it you look at their Instagram account and you look at who their friends are, and you kind of look at their comments. You just kind of get a feel for the person.
Yeah. So when we started it, we just started, and we just went, okay, let's go. And we don't have a massive set of criteria, and now it's going to turn into a problem because there's more and more people applying. But you have to be from the 5 countries, and you have to be racing. And after that, yeah, for sure, somebody applies, we look at their Instagram account, we look at the effort they put into the application, which is a really high standard. People are putting in, telling us all their race results, telling us what they did to achieve it, how they're working hard, what they're planning for, the hardships they had for last season, losing out on money from flights and because all the racing was cancelled. So we look at all that and we go, okay, we're going to choose this person. We don't have the cash to, and we're going cash by cash. We're going 1,000 0, 1,000 0. So we don't have the cash to help everybody. Of course, we'd love to because the talent is unreal. We actually struggled at the start to get female applicants, and so we did a shout out on one of our Instagram posts to say, where are all the female riders? And so since then we've been contacted by quite a few. And this time round, we put a few restrictions on ourselves with the 5 countries. So kind of now, you need to be, we need to have a female from one of those 2 countries left. But we have some, yeah, for sure. So that's happening soon. We'd love it if we just had 1,000 people give us £1 each, because then straight away that collective group of 1,000 mountain bikers giving a tiny, tiny amount could really help one privateer, live their dreams and, make a massive impact at our racing season. We didn't expect to see these 40 and 50 pound donations. So yeah, we're totally happy if people just go with smaller amounts, and hopefully lots of people will do that, you know. So what we do have on the website to make it even easier, so we got a Just Giving page, and we're going to use that for our next raffle, which we'll be launching in the coming days. And then we've just updated the website, where you can, when you hit that Donate Now button, it takes you to a page where it's really easy, and there's buttons there, and it just frames it for you. I want to donate the price of a coffee. I want to donate the price of a car parking. And you just press the button into your details and, you know, make a difference. So the current state of play is that we've helped 3 riders, one from Scotland, Ireland, England. So that's Callum, Harry and Fergus. Each of those guys has got like 1,000 cash. Harry did a little bit better on exchange rate, so he got 1,000 and something, but that was good for him. And those 3 guys are so bloody sound. Such nice guys, talented riders. If you've seen the vids, like, these guys can shred. And yeah, like, we'd probably be pissed off if we gave the cash to a dickhead, you know. But these guys, you know. So I met Harry because we had this like one opportunity to meet during lockdown. This one possibility, socially distanced, where we could meet. Met him and his dad. Super cool guys. I've spoken to Callum on FaceTime and Fergus. Dead sound guys, really nice. Louise met Callum to, you know, give him the cash. He was blown away. So humble. Yeah, all good guys, yeah. And now we're fundraising to get to the next rider. We've got about 600 quid in the account, so we're, you know, 400, maybe 450, because we've got to pay some fees to Just Giving to get us there. But it's going rapidly the last few days, you know. We're getting some cool donations in, and you know, we just want to announce the next rider, you know, and have that whole excitement and make a massive difference to somebody.
It's mad to think that, you know, if everyone gave a quid, you could literally sponsor a rider every day.
Yeah, for sure, without a doubt.
Where did the idea first come from? Who came up with the idea?
So the idea came from a video of Ben Cathro at Maribor, helping privateers because he couldn't race, because the poor guy broke his neck. And you know, Murray shared it on our group, and I was just blown away by it. And I just went, guys, I think I said we should form a conglomerate, or we should do something. Why don't we do it to help privateers? That was the idea, simple as that. And it, you know, it would have died straight away, because it would have just been like anything on WhatsApp or anything on chat. Like, it's just instant, people chatting, whatever. And when I said, should we do something? And then every one of my mates, yes, yes, yes. Mike was like, cheers, I'm in. You know, Ken or Brewdog, he was having a few beers. Everybody else, yes, yes, yes. And then it was like, shit, we better do something now. Next day, bought the domain name, started learning how to build a website, and yeah, went from there. So it was instant.
Tell me about Fat Tony's, like where we're sitting right now.
Yeah,
like,
so
how did this sponsorship kind of come about?
Yeah, so this was unreal for us, because you know, we're running this show on a shoestring. We put cash in ourselves at the start to sponsor the first rider, and so then you know, my mate Dan, he was like, you guys should get jerseys. You need to get the word out there. You need to be seen. You know, we're like, yeah, we need to get some jerseys. So we talked to the guys at Night Fox. They designed it for free, and then Dan was chatting to his boss John at Fat Tony's, and John was like, love this project. This is so cool, helping people, not looking for anything back, just doing a good thing. And you know, you don't see it these days too much, where, you know, there's people just giving their time, helping riders out in any sport, you know. Of course, you know, this is the sport that we love. And so yeah, John was like, yeah, I'm going to help you with jerseys, help you get the name out there. And yeah, we got these really cool jerseys, which we can't wait for restrictions to lift, so that we can start riding around the trails and doing a bit of shredding on them, you know.
So those are little brands that are helping out, doing their bit. What would you say if there's any big brands watching? Like, how could they get involved? You know, what are the 2 ways they could sponsor you, whether it be funds or product to raffle off to generate funds?
Yeah, so for major brands, you know, we'd love to get some major brands involved that could really, you know, put some muscle behind what we're doing. And you know, there's a couple of ways they can help us. They could give us cash, which would be excellent, and we'd be happy to distribute it out to, privateer racers. And the cool thing then would be the brands would be also, it would be the brand plus the mountain bike community helping a privateer racer. So, they'd be really engaging with the public, I guess, who are their customers at the end of the day. The other thing brands could give us is, if they wanted to give us product that we could raffle off, which I guess would be a lower cost to them, that would be fantastic. And we have had, some brands and coming to us saying, hey, we'll do something for the riders you're supporting as well, which has been phenomenal. And that's up to the riders them to accept or not. They may already have contracts with somebody or not, but we're happy to facilitate those discussions. So the brands who've stepped in already, and is like Nick from Dynamics, really cool stuff, does a load of data acquisition, hooks up your bike with sensors, suspension sensors, G-force meters, cameras, everything just to get that machine fully tuned. And Nick was just like, love what you're doing, guys, and yeah, I'll do a setup for each of the riders that you support, give them my details, and I think he takes their bike the day beforehand, hooks it up, then they ride it the next day, and then they go through a full analysis. Like, this is pro level setup to make these guys as successful as possible in the season. So Nick has helped us a lot. And then Chris from STFU over in Canada, he was just like, awesome project, really cool. Sent us a big box of STFU dampers for to get rid of chain slap. Nobody likes an easy bike. So he gave us some to give to the riders. And then, there's going to be some of that product in our next raffle as well, Yeah, like a brandy here would be quite nice, Yeah, so we've had phenomenal feedback, Greg Callahan, that was one of the first guys to get in touch. He was just like, cool project, love what you're doing. And then we were blown away. Like, we just checked, we're constantly checking the Just Giving page. It was like literally 30 seconds later and he pulled cash out of his own pocket and donated it. A chunk of cash too, which was really cool. And it was funny, I was talking to Garrett from MTB Tribe on the podcast, and he was like, this is interesting. So is he sponsoring like a competitor? Which I hadn't even thought about, which I guess he is, but that's mountain biking for you, You don't meet bad people up mountains. It's just how it is. It just doesn't happen. Yeah. So working with the brands is really cool, and you see our website and you see everybody that's helped us. It's amazing, and for us, we don't want this stuff. We're not looking for the kit. When we get stuff, we want to raffle it off to turn that stuff into cash. But these brands, they're working really well with us, and they're sending the winner the prizes directly. So this isn't for, me to get a load of riding kit or anything like that. We don't even want to see it. Yeah, so you got factory team riders, you got team riders, and I think the factory team riders we've all seen from Instagram, like the stuff that they got and the support that they've got with coaching, gym sessions, Red Bull athlete centers, everything. They've got a lot at their disposal. Disposal. Yeah. So which is amazing for them, and that's this is where all these privateer racers I think want to get to. But for the privateer, these guys sometimes, and girls, they might get their bike sponsored, or they might get kit sponsored, or their tires, but that doesn't cover driving through France and paying all the tolls. That can cripple somebody, or having to buy a bike box, pay for putting a bike on a plane, getting delayed, extra charges for being overweight because you need loads of kit because the weather conditions aren't clear in the Alps for that race. So these guys and girls have a lot to pay for, and that's where they need cash. Yeah, you know what? They should just go right now, press that button, donate the price of a coffee, £2.50, and they'll definitely get a warm fuzzy feeling, that's for sure.